King Dragon, show yourself. Yo.
What?
Yo, I'm King Dragon. I'm the king of the lair. And now that you're in here, you aren't going anywhere but down on the ground.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Quick note before we get to the route, but join the Discord. It's got 72 hot singles in your area waiting to talk to you. Link in the description. Also linked in the description is an Imgur album and a straw poll discussing new channel logo options. As it is, yellow text on a black background is iconic to OSRS, but it's very low effort on my part. I'm no graphic designer, but I came up with a couple more alternatives that better fit the content of the channel, so I'm looking for some feedback. If they all suck, let me know. I won't be hurt by it. Also, I mentioned in the last two videos that I've had my Ironman's clan chat NoWintertodt open for people to come in and chat and ask questions and whatever, but I've been told by a couple people that it's a little confusing as the channel name is TheFX, my Discord handle in the server is TheFX, my main's name is TheFX, yet the clan chat is NoWintertodt. I hear you loud and clear, and sorry for creating any confusion, but I'm now going to suggest switching over to have people join my main's clan chat, TheFX, as it matches the YouTube channel and just makes more sense overall. Now, on to the route. We last left off getting 49 mining so we can boost to 50 to get our ice gloves, which we're off to do right now. Along with our pickaxe and dwarven stouts, we'll need some magic combat gear to fight the Ice Queen, and of course, some food. I'm also choosing to bring a games necklace so we can teleport to Burthorpe afterwards to start the hero's quest, since we'll be using the minigame teleport to pest control before the 30-minute timer would refresh. Take your preferred method to a gnome glider and then take that to the White Wolf Mountain. To the north by the dungeon minimap icon is a rock slide. Drink your dwarven stout, mine it, and head on through. Take the southernmost ladder and follow the route shown here through the cave until you reach the throne room. The wiki states that there's a safe spot by the throne if the queen is positioned right, but what I did was use the alcove to the east, also mentioned in the wiki as a safe spot, and use that to flinch the queen as she walked to the end of her aggro range. In these spots, the ice warriors won't be able to reach you, so you don't need to worry about them. And if you're lucky, you can block the queen behind an ice warrior who will block her from being able to reach you. Either way, major down and get yourself a pair of ice gloves. To be safe, I decided to grab an extra pair for future uses. After getting your gloves, take the game's neck to Burthorpe and then run south to start the hero's quest, which is broken up into 3 parts, 2 of which involve the ice gloves we just acquired. Not only that, but we'll also be using the blast furnace in a bit, and ice gloves help speed up the process there as well. 2 parts of the hero's quest are done solo, but the third requires a partner of the opposite gang you chose during Shield of Arav. As mentioned previously, I chose the Black Arm gang, so I'll need to find a Phoenix gang partner. I suggest joining the OSRS SOA clan chat to look for a partner while doing the other 2 parts of the quest. First off, we need to get the lava eel from the Taverley dungeon, and to prepare for that, we're going to minigame teleport to pest control and bank. Keep out your mage gear, runes, and ice gloves, but also pull out some Fallador teleport runes, as well as the Dusty Key, Anti-Dragonfire Shield, and at least one of the fish pies we purchased from the Cook's Guild a bit ago. We need to get the oily fishing rod to be able to fish up the lava eel, so pull out your unfinished Harlander potion, as well as some bait and a fishing rod or some coins to purchase them. Then take the boat to Port Sarim and run to the fishing shop. Talk to Garant, who will give you some Blamish Snail Slime. Combine it with your Harlander potion and then oil up your rod. If needed, buy some bait and then teleport to Fallador and run to the Taverley dungeon, following the same path we did when doing Scorpion Catcher. This time though, we're going to stop and kill a blue dragon as the Watchtower quest requires some dragon bones. Then, continue south to the Lava River, avoiding the baby blue dragons, take a bite of your fish pie, and fish up a lava eel. They can't be burnt, but they can accidentally be eaten, so if you don't trust yourself not to misclick it, get some extras. After that, home teleport to Lumbridge and cook the eel on the range there before preparing for the next part. In my case, the SOA clan chat was actually pretty active at that time, so I chose to do the gang related part then. Since the amount of people in each gang will vary, just follow the quest guide until you get to the part on Brimhaven where you need your partner. For the Black Arm gang, that means bringing the 3 black armor pieces we acquired earlier, and for the Phoenix gang, that means bringing a ranged weapon to shoot someone through a window. Follow each step as it's required of you, then make sure the Black Arm gang member gives their second candlestick to the Phoenix gang member. I do want to sidebar for a moment to mention something that unnecessarily pissed me off during this quest. I understand that some people in the clan chat advertise that for a fee, anywhere from 50 to 300k, they'll help people get the quest done faster as the partner piece can be completed an infinite number of times after completing the quest. But There's also people who will try to extort you under the guise of free help, like this fucker here. Don't be this asshole. I typed in chat that I was looking for a partner, and he'd said he'd come help. But of course, when he showed up, he tried to extort me for 50k, which, I know, that's not a lot of money at all, but it's the principle of things. And then he called me an idiot and tried to tell me that Ironmen are supposed to pay others to do it. So I told him to fuck off because I was looking for a partner, not a service, and well, there you go. Guess what? A player mod popped into the clan chat and started helping both gang members for free of charge, so again, fuck that guy, don't be like him. If you want to make some cash by charging people for help and you advertise it, that's totally fine. But don't hide the fact that you're only doing it for cash until you show up to Brimhaven and try to extort people for it. Rant over. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Anyway, after getting your candlestick, take it back to your respective gang hideout and trade it for the Master Thief's armband. Finally, we need to get the Entrana Firebird Feather, so minigame teleport back to pest control and bank once again. Pull out your ice gloves, a tinderbox, the lava eel, and the Master Thief's armband if you have it by now. But if you don't yet have 40 firemaking and or don't have 10 willow logs and a normal log, which in my case I'm a couple thousand XP away from 40, you'll want to pull out an axe as well. The reason we want 40 firemaking is because we can take the balloon transportation system from Entrana to Varrock, fulfilling a medium diary task, and then from Varrock to Taverley to get back to the Heroes Guild faster. When ready, take the boat to Port Sarum and run north to the willow trees by the Spirit Patch. Chop and burn logs until you get 40 firemaking, or if you already have it, chop at least 10 willow logs as well as a normal log, and then head to the deposit box by the Entrana boat. Deposit your axe as well as any other prohibited items you might have brought, and take the boat to Entrana. Once on the island, either take your logs to the log storage first and then go get the Firebird Feather, or drop one of the willow logs to be able to steal the Firebird Feather. After getting the feather, take the balloon to Varrock. Follow the instructions on the balloon transportation wiki page to get there. As soon as you arrive, take the balloon back to Taverley, satisfying a Varrock medium diary task, and then run northwest to the Heroes Guild to turn in the Heroes Quest, gaining a plethora of experience in a variety of skills, as well as the ability to use the Dragon Mace and Battle Axe once we have 60 attack. Now, only Underground Pass and Family Crest stand in our way of completing the Legends quest, but we won't be doing those just yet, especially since we need a minimum of 56 magic to use a Wizard's Mind Bomb to boost to 59 to cast Fire Blast during the Family Crest quest. The main things coming up next are getting 48 smithing to boost to 50 for Between a Rock, and then doing that quest to get us to 49 smithing, as well as a free rune pickaxe, and then doing Innate of the Mire Cube before Darkness of Hallowvale, which rewards 7k agility experience. Finally, after that we'll do a proper agility grind in Canifist to work toward full graceful and 60 agility, and then we'll get back to questing. But for now, we need to get enough ore to be able to reach that 48 smithing in the first place. Through getting 49 mining at the Motherlode mine, I got 664 coal and 121 gold ore and have around 35k smithing experience. Like I said, we're targeting level 48 so we can use a Dwarven Stout M during Between a Rock, but specifically, we're targeting 86,691 experience because that, combined with the XP we get from Between a Rock, will bump us up to exactly 49, so we can then use a regular Dwarven Stout to boost to 50 in order to smelt the Mithril Bar for Innate of the Mire Cube. Here's some math, but in short, we need to make around 900 steel bars plus the gold bars we got from Motherlode Mine. There's a few ways we can get the ore, but the fastest method is to go to Yatiso and purchase the ore there. There are bots that constantly world hop to buy the ore, but due to how fast the stock replenishes, it won't take long at all to get all the ore you need. The prices there are way lower than those at the blast furnace, and to get all the ore we need would cost around 25k gold. An alternative that I decided to do that is admittedly quite inefficient is to kill flesh crawlers on the second floor of the Stronghold of Security for noted iron ore. I wanted a break from straight questing and desired some combat experience, so I did this until getting around 350 iron ore, and then bought the rest on Yatiso. To be as fast as possible, just buy all the ore. The great thing about flesh crawlers though is that they also drop a healthy amount of nature and dust runes, herbs up to Irid at an uncommon rate, herbs up to dwarf weed at an increasingly rare rate, and they have a 3% chance of dropping the bottom portion of the Skull Scepter, which we'll eventually need to complete for a Varrock Heart Diary task. However you decide to get your ore, we also need to take into account the cost of using the blast furnace. Since we're under 60 smithing, we have to pay the foreman 2.5k every 10 minutes. But if you wear the Ring of Karos A and go through the dialogue, that cost is halved to 1.25k every 10 minutes. There's also the issue of themed worlds. Fairly recently, Jagex added an anti-griefing mechanic to specific Blast Furnace worlds, removing the ability for players to work the machines and instead replacing them with NPC dwarves. The cost to use these theme worlds is 72k gold per hour or 1.2k per minute, which sounds like a lot, but since we only need to smelt around 900 bars, it should only take around 20 minutes. So, we're going to need some cash. One of the best options available at the moment is doing ham storerooms, which also gives us some desirable teleport jewelry as well as thieving experience, but also easy clue scrolls, from which I was able to get some extra side cash as well as a holy blessing, which will be nice whenever we're not using any ammo, as it gives +1 prayer bonus in the ammo slot. If you're not interested in that, you can hunt for sandworms in Port Piscarilius, which gives hunter experience instead of thieving, as well as faster cash than ham storeroom does, since you don't need to worry about store stock and world hopping as much like you do when you're selling your ham storeroom jewelry to the Grum's Gold Exchange in Port Sarum. An alternative, faster method, but one that yields no experience, is selling the death runes you get from trading in your cat to a rune shop. You've likely got a decent stock of them right now, at least 3 if not 4,000 if you've been turning your kitten as much as possible, and that's far more than we're going to need in the near future. When sold to a shop 50 at a time, each rune is worth around 103 gold, netting you 20.6k per cat you trade in if you have the diary done. However, I learned about an alternative method from user NeatIRL on r/Ironscape to save some money, and that is, Step 1. On a non-Blast Furnace themed world, put on your ice gloves and pay the foreman the 1.25k. Then, deposit about 9 inventories of coal onto the conveyor belt until it's full. This way, we're not paying that 1.2k every minute just to deposit the ore. After that, deposit a single inventory of iron ore before world hopping to a Blast Furnace themed world. You have to do this part before world hopping, because if you have only coal on the belt when you hop, it'll completely disappear. Learn from my mistakes. Step 2. Hop to a theme world and walk back to the bank chest, picking up that first set of steel bars for free on the way. If desired, you can wait here at the chest until your run energy recharges. Step 3. Pull out 7.25k gold and 27 iron ore. 1.25k of that is to pay the foreman again, as world hopping resets the fee. The other 6k is to put into the coffer to pay the dwarves. That's 5 minutes worth, but we shouldn't need that long, and we can always pull out any unused cash. Step 4. Pay the foreman the 1.25k, then deposit the 6k gold into the coffer as it starts ticking down immediately. Step 5. Run inventories of iron ore to the conveyor belt, grabbing the bars on the way back to the bank each time. If you're using Runelight, there's a Blast Furnace plugin that shows how much of each ore you have in the furnace, as well as how much gold and time you have left in the coffer. After you run out of coal, grab your last inventory of bars and remove any remaining gold from the coffer. Step 6. Repeat the process by hopping back to a non-themed world to run more inventories of coal. It helps to walk when loading the coal, as we won't use the full 10 minutes anyway, and we can use this opportunity to get back up to 100% energy for when we hop back. After a few of those, you'll have all your steel bars smelted. After that, pull out your Artie Cape and Drum and Staff and take the ferry ring system to Edgeville to smelt your gold bars. Then, either run or teleport to Varrock to smith all of your steel bars to reach our experience target. First off, be sure to make a steel medhelm and chain body, which are needed for innate of the Myreque. Then, you have some options. As each bar gives the same amount of experience no matter what you make, you could choose to smith them all into knives, arrow tips, dart tips, or whatever else, but to recoup some of the cash we spent on smithing, from level 44 to 46 smithing, you could make two-handers, as they can be high-elked or sold to specialty shops for 600 gold each. Then from level 46 plus, you could make more two-handers or plate legs or plate skirts, all of which can be high-elked or sold to specialty shops for 600 gold. However, no matter what you do, it's important that you make at least one set of steel plate legs, as those are also needed for innate of the Myreque. And I think we're gonna call it there. I know this one was a little bit shorter than the past couple episodes we've put out, but since we're so close to 1,000 subs, I've got a shorter, slightly sillier video I've been planning for that, so keep a lookout for it. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time.